Yo, what's good, YouTube? ZAMCRO here, aka Scoot, back with the CPC Season 8, and we have our Week 3 match here. So, coming off games, or Weeks 1 and 2, we're currently sitting at 0 and 2. Really tough start to the season. And yeah, it's not getting any easier, as you can see from the matchup on screen. So we're facing off against the Kentucky Fried Dragons, and they have a team consisting of Mega Scizor, Tapu Fini, Necrozma, Thunderous Therian, Nihilego, Alolan Persian, Licky, Aerodactyl, Hitmonlee, Aselgor, Salazzle, and the Virizion, where his Z-move users are Thunderous Therian and the Alolan Persian. And of course, we had the same team from our first two matches: Landorus Therian, Mega Charizard X, Superior, Tentacruel, Sylveon, Stakataka, Oricorio, Fortress, Miltank, Alakazam, Pangoro, and Electrode. And our Z-move users are the Landorus Therian and the Oricorio. So in this match, we've decided to bring Landorus Therian, Mega Charizard X, Superior, Tentacruel, Sylveon, and Alakazam. Initially, that last spot, Alakazam spot, was a few different things actually. We brought a Stakataka, Electrode, and I believe Fortress, or it might have been Fortress or Miltank, one of the two. It was a rocker, I know that for sure. Ultimately, once I finished my team, I felt like things like Choice Scarf, Nihilego, Salazzle, even Virizion can put themselves in a position to where I need a Choice Scarfer. So I ultimately decided that I would bring a Choice Scarf Alakazam, and I would be able to outpace all of his potential Choice Scarf users outside of things like Aerodactyl and Aselgor. So yeah, that was the idea behind the squad, or behind putting Alakazam in our last spot. And I haven't used Alakazam all that much without it being Mega Alakazam. So having Alakazam here is really nice. So we've got Landorus Therian, our designated Stealth Rocker in this matchup. Quite bulky with the Yachi Berry, so that we can take potential Hidden Power Ice from things like Thunderous Therian, Nihilego, or Ice Fang from Aerodactyl, and things like that, or any kind of hidden power or ice type ice beams from Licky, or Icy Wind from Alolan Persian, or anything like that. Landorus Therian should be able to take that and be able to U-turn out. I believe we have Stealth Rock's U-turn, Earthquake, and Explosion as our last move, because Thunderous Therian, we don't want to give it any kind of leeway to set up or anything like that. So our Charizard set, we were afforded to run an Adamant Nature this week. Been able to only outpace things like Tapu Fini, Necrozma. Well, his team's very speedy. I can't outpace things like Thunderous Therian, Nihilego, Alolan Persian, Aerodactyl, Aselgor, Salazzle, Virizion. So no real reason to run Jolly or Max Speed even. Ultimately decided on a Dragon Dance variant with Roost. This is the first time we're bringing Dragon Dance, by the way. With Roost and two attacks being Flare Blitz and Thunder Punch. His fire resist are like Tapu Fini, Nihilego, Salazzle doesn't really count because it gets dropped by +1, +2 Flare Blitz, and Aerodactyl. So Nihilego, Aerodactyl, and Tapu Fini all take neutral or super effective damage from Thunder Punch, and at +2 it kind of blows through Nihilego, and at +1, +2 it blows through Fini and Arrow. So it's a really nice set here, running Adamant with 124 attack EVs, 192 HP EVs, really nice for us. I'm able to switch in on Thunderous Therian, able to take roughly half from Moonblast from like with not too much investment on Tapu Fini, but just a little bit, things like that. Able to take a Stone Edge from a non-boosted Stone Edge, or Virizion, excuse me. Next up we have a leftover Superior with Leaf Storm, Dragon Pulse, and Hidden Power Fire. Dragon Pulse looks kind of odd, and that's because it completely is. I couldn't run any other coverage, and I wanted a way to hit Salazzle, to hit, Salazzle, and what was the other mod? Hidden Power Fire pretty much hits everything else, and Leaf Storm. So Synthesis is there to recover up. I can recover up on Tapu Fini, switch in on that thing pretty comfortably. Also have Tentacruel, which is a nice switch in to Tapu Fini with the Black Sludge item. I do outpace Tapu Fini as well. I'm a timid nature, actually outpacing up to the likes of Tapu Fini for sure, Mega Scizor for sure, Necrozma even. I think that's it. Very, very bulky. It switches in on Salazzle and Nihilego really, really well. So that's the idea behind Tentacruel with Scald, Sludge Wave, Protect, and Haze. Haze is there, obviously, because Tapu Fini can Calm Mind, Mega Scizor can Swords Dance, things like that. Have to be weary of things like that. We have a Sylveon in our last position here. Hyper Voice, Hidden Power Fire, Wish, and Protect. Hidden Power Fire, obviously, for the Mega Scizor. Hyper Voice basically hits everything else outside of Nihilego and Salazzle, which are going to be able to wall me regardless. Unless I pack Psyshock, but Hidden Power Fire was much, much more important. And then last but not least, we have a Choice Scarf Alakazam with Psychic, Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball, and Hidden Power Fire. Hits his entire team with this coverage. Psychic being, he has no immunities to Psychic outside of Alolan Persian, which does not appreciate Dazzling Gleam. Necrozma being his other resistance outside of Mega Scizor, and it does not appreciate Shadow Ball, and then the Mega Scizor does not appreciate the Hidden Power Fire. Psychic literally hits and OHKOs or 2-hit KOs everything else on his squad, which is really nice, especially after a round of Stealth Rocks. Prior chip from things like Landorus Therian, Mega Charizard X, Superior, and even minor chip damage from Tentacruel and the Sylveon. But yeah, that's going to be it for the prep, and we go ahead and hop into the battle now and see what happens here. Alright, so here we are with the replay, and my opponent's chosen to bring his Hitmonlee, Aerodactyl, Necrozma, Thundurus Therian, Tapu Fini, and the Alolan Persian. So I noticed his only two potential Stealth Rockers are the Aerodactyl and Necrozma. More than likely on the Aerodactyl because it's faster, more reliable to get them up, and it can also prevent, other mons from getting headed up versus it with Taunt. So ultimately thought that he would probably lead off with the Aerodactyl, but it was possible that he could lead off with something else as well, such as a Volt Switching Thundurus or a Parting Shot along Persian. He could also predict my Landorus lead and lead off with his Tapu Fini and throw off like an Ice Beam or Scald. So I wanted to be weary of all of that. And like I mentioned, his only two potential Stealth Rockers are Aerodactyl and the Necrozma. So let's go ahead and hop into the match here. I'm going to lead off with my Landorus Therian, as I don't really mind Aerodactyl or Necrozma as a lead, but he does decide to lead off with the Alolan Persian, and he goes for the Icy Wind, and unfortunately my opponent misses. So what this does, obviously it wouldn't have changed anything because I actually go for U-turn here, I believe, and just for a little bit of chip damage on this thing, instead of getting my Stealth Rocks up, I believe. So I do have a Yachi Berry, so Icy Wind wouldn't have knocked me out, but it would have popped my Yachi Berry, allowing something like a second Icy Wind later in the match, or a Hidden Power Ice from Thundurus Therian, or a Ice Beam from Tapu Fini to really punish me later on in the match. So it's unfortunate in the sense that he wasn't able to pop my Yachi Berry. So I go out into my Sylveon here off the U-turn, big damage with the U-turn as well, and I go straight for the Hyper Voice, expecting him to switch out. He doesn't have a solid switch in to Hyper Voice. Unfortunately, I didn't bring an offensive variant like I wanted to. So as he brings in the Necrozma, I do hard switch out to my Landorus as he reveals the Adrenaline Orb and the Swords Dance as I go out into my Landorus with the Intimidate, popping his Adrenaline Orb, giving him +1 speed. He goes for the Swords Dance, and with my Intimidate and the Swords Dance, he is at +1 attack as well. I'm going to opt to sack off my Landorus here in an attempt to beat down this Necrozma to put it in range of Alakazam. So we are able to pick up the knockout there. I'm removing Necrozma, which was a huge threat at that point. So that was really nice. Unfortunately, we went for Dazzling Gleam to prevent the Alolan Persian from coming in, when that was actually not the play, because it's going to give this Thundurus Therian free setup opportunity. So my play was to click Psychic there and prevent something like this from happening. Unfortunately, I did not make the play, and my opponent's able to capitalize on that as I go into my superior here to get a little bit of damage off, so that I could revenge kill this with my Alakazam. But he is able to dodge my Leaf Storm and get the Sludge Wave off versus my Serp. So here, with the Adrenaline Orb on the Alolan Persian, on the Necrozma, I felt like he may have that on Thundurus Therian too, for that speed boost plus the special attack boost. Like he wanted the speed boost plus the attack boost on Necrozma. So I go into my Charizard praying that he is not Z-move and that whatever he goes for I could tank. And I'm going to go for a Dragon Dance here, hoping that either he switches out. Basically, I don't know if you guys heard that, that's some thunder. It's getting ready to storm here. But yeah, I went for the Dragon Dance expecting my opponent to not be Z and to know he could knock me out and to swap out. And he does just that. Goes out to his Tapu Fini, and I'm going to Dragon Dance up once more, knowing that he can't status me in any way, and Moonblast only does around 50%. So I'm able to roost up as my opponent actually clicks Substitute here, which is going to give me a Thunder Punch, breaking his sub, and he goes for the Calm Mind. So now I'm potentially able to knock him out with a +2 Thunder Punch, and I do get the knockout, and it looks like the beginning of the end for my opponent, as my Charizard should be able to wrap up this game now at +2 attack and +2 speed. So we knock out the Alolan Persian as he goes into Hitmonlee and doubles into his Alolan Persian to get some recoil damage, I suppose. Goes into his Aerodactyl, and I drop it with the Thunder Punch as well, and then the Hitmonlee is the next to drop, and last but not least, the Thundurus Therian is going to go down. Did that drop twice? Did Thundurus Therian just drop twice? Did you guys see that HP drop twice? It's kind of weird. But yeah, that's going to be week number 3 against Andrew, aka Mew Tilted AF, and his Kentucky Fried Dragons, the battle of the Kentucky teams. So yeah, nice 4-0 win to finally get a W, get in the win column there finally, and yeah, it helps their differential out a lot because, like I mentioned, 2 losses to start the season and a nice 4-0 to try to start a bounce back and hopefully start a mini streak here. So let's hope for that. This was a nice quick one though, nice and short, less than 20 turns. A very, very offensive paced match. So yeah, it's going to be it. Let me know what you guys thought about the prep and the plays on both sides of the field. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.